Most people walk into a dealership, fall in love with a van, and hand over full sticker price. That's not buying, that's surrendering, and it's costing some buyers $15,000, $20,000, even $25,000 more than they needed to spend. This video is going to change how you approach that conversation permanently. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what dealers don't want you to say, what leverage you actually have, when to walk away, and when walking away gets you the van at your number. This isn't theory. These are the mechanics of how Class B dealerships actually operate, and once you understand the structure behind the price, you'll never overpay again. Last month, I got an email from a retired couple in Florida. They just bought a Winnebago Travato, exactly the floor plan they wanted, exactly the options they'd researched for 8 months. 2 weeks after delivery, they connected with another buyer in an online forum who had purchased the identical van. Same model year, same configuration, same dealer group. The other buyer paid $18,400 less, not because he got lucky, because he understood 3 things about how Class B dealerships operate that the couple from Florida didn't. By the end of this video, you'll know all 3. The price on the sticker is fiction. Let's start with something the industry doesn't like to say out loud. MSRP on a Class B van is a negotiating fiction. It is not the real price. It is the starting point of a conversation that most buyers never have. Winnebago Solis, Thor Sanctuary, Airstream Interstate, Pleasureway Plateau. Every one of these vans has a sticker price that leaves meaningful room between what the dealer paid and what they're asking you to pay. That room is called dealer margin, and in the Class B segment, it typically runs between 8 and 18% of MSRP, depending on the brand, the model year, and how long that unit has been sitting on the lot. On a $140,000 Airstream Interstate, 10% margin is $14,000. On a $160,000 unit, 12% is nearly $19,000. That money doesn't vanish when you don't negotiate. It stays with the dealer. But the sticker margin is only the first place you're losing money. There's a second number buried in every deal that most buyers never even look at, and it's often larger. Why Class B is different from Class A and C. Here's what makes Class B negotiation unique and why the tactics people use on cheaper vehicles don't always translate. Class A motorhomes move in high volume through large dealerships with multiple competing units on the lot. Class C is similar. Class B is a much smaller, more specialized market. Fewer dealers, higher margins, more emotionally invested buyers. The sales dynamic is different. Because Class B buyers tend to be better educated, higher income, and highly research-driven, especially retirees and full-timers, dealers play a longer game. They don't push hard closes like they do in the RV mass market. Instead, they create an atmosphere of scarcity and exclusivity. This one just came in. We only got 2 of these. These are moving fast right now. That language is designed to get you off research mode and into emotion mode. The moment you start thinking, I might miss it, you've lost negotiating power. The counter to that is preparation, and I mean real preparation, not just knowing what you want, but knowing what the dealer needs. What dealers actually need from you. This is the insight most negotiating guides skip. Dealers are not just selling vans. They're managing cash flow, inventory cycles, floor plan financing, and manufacturer relationships. Floor plan financing means the dealership is paying interest on every unit sitting on their lot. A van that arrived in March and it's now August is costing them money every single day it doesn't sell. That carrying cost creates leverage for you, if you know how to find it. Ask the salesperson directly, how long has this unit been on the lot? They may not answer, but if it's been there more than 90 days, it is almost certainly a motivated unit. The dealer wants it gone. That changes the entire negotiation. And the finance office? They have one move almost nobody sees coming. I'll show you exactly what it is before we're done. Similarly, end-of-quarter timing matters. Dealers have volume targets with manufacturers. If they're 2 units short of a quarterly bonus at the end of September, your purchase might be worth more to them than the margin on the van. That's a position of real leverage. The buyers who get the best deals don't just show up with money, they show up with timing. The 4 numbers that actually matter. Most buyers focus on one number, the sticker price. Dealers love this because it keeps them in their frame. There are actually 4 numbers in play in every deal, and if you let the dealer control all 4, you will overpay on at least one of them, usually more. The 4 numbers are purchase price, trade-in value, financing rate, and add-ons. Dealers bundle these intentionally. They'll come down $5,000 on the sticker and quietly crush you on a trade-in worth $8,000 less than market. Or they'll show you a great purchase price, then attach $4,000 in documentation fees, extended warranties, and paint protection packages at closing. The rule is this: negotiate each number separately. Never let the salesperson combine them. When they say, "What monthly payment are you looking for?" they are trying to move you away from total cost and into a number they can manipulate in 4 different directions. Say this: "I'm not focused on monthly payment. I want to talk about the out-the-door price on this unit before we discuss anything else." That sentence alone shifts the conversation. It signals that you understand the structure, and it forces the negotiation into a space where real savings actually live. How to research dealer cost before you walk in. You should never negotiate from ignorance. Here's how to find the real numbers before you enter the room. For new Class B vans, NADA Guides gives you a baseline, but more useful is the RV Trader and Camping World active listing comparison. Search your specific model, let's say a 2025 Winnebago Solis 59PX, across every listing nationally. Sort by price. You will see a range, sometimes $15,000 to $20,000 wide for the same configuration. The low end tells you what dealers in a competitive market are actually closing at. That is your floor number going in. Forums like the Winnebago Owners Forum and Class B Forum are underused research tools. People post what they paid, not asking price, what they actually paid. These numbers tell you far more than any guide. Walk in with 3 comparable listings and a closing number in your head before you sit down. Never show the listings immediately. Keep them as a fallback, not an opening move.
The surprising truth about Class B negotiation in 2025 and 2026. Here's the insight that will surprise a lot of people watching this. The Class B market has softened significantly from its post-pandemic peak, and most buyers don't know it yet. During 2020 through 2022, dealers were selling at and above MSRP. Inventory was tight, demand was extreme, and buyers had almost no leverage. That era is over. Inventory has normalized. Some segments are oversupplied. Manufacturers are offering dealer incentives to move units, and interest rates have pushed monthly payments high enough that a large segment of buyers is sitting on the sidelines. This is the best negotiating environment for Class B buyers in 5 years, but you have to act like it. If you walk in apologetically, if you hesitate, if you treat the MSRP as the price, you will not capture that advantage. The buyers who understand the current market are walking out with $12,000, $18,000, sometimes $22,000 off on premium units. The buyers who don't are still paying close to sticker and wondering why it felt expensive. The market has shifted. Has your approach? But understanding the market shift is only half of it. The other half is a 4-step sequence that determines whether you actually capture those savings or just read about them. Here's how it works. The negotiation sequence that actually works. Here is a practical sequence, step by step. First visit, research only. Tell them you're 6 to 8 weeks from a purchase decision and you're comparing 3 brands. This is not a lie. You should be. Get a quote in writing, leave. This signals you are a serious buyer who is not emotional and not rushed. Second contact. Come back with a number. Not an inquiry, an offer. Based on your research, you know what comparable units have closed at. Offer below that number by enough to leave yourself room. If your target is $128,000 out the door on a $145,000 sticker, open at $120,000. You will not get it, but you're now negotiating from a position rather than reacting to theirs. Counter-offer phase. This is where most buyers fold. The salesperson goes to the manager, comes back with a small concession, and presents it like a gift. "We came down $3,000. That's really the best we can do." This is theater. You respond with, "I appreciate that. I'm still at $124,000 out the door. Let me know if that works." Then stop talking. Silence is a negotiating tool. Buyers fill silence nervously. Let the dealer fill it. Closing leverage. If they're not moving enough, this is where your comparable listings come out. I found a similar Solis listed in Colorado for $127,500. I'd rather buy locally, but not at a $10,000 premium. Concrete, documented, non-emotional. This is the move that often breaks a stalemate. Walking away, the most powerful tactic used correctly. Don't threaten to walk. Actually walk. Leave your number in writing, tell them to call you back if anything changes. A surprising number of callbacks happen within 48 hours. Sometimes they come in the parking lot. What not to do. The mistakes that cost people thousands. Mentioning your budget. Never do this. If they know your ceiling, you will hit it. Keep your number to yourself until you're anchoring with an offer. Falling in love publicly. If you tell them this is your dream van, you've handed them psychological control. Stay neutral. Complimentary is fine. Emotional is expensive. Accepting add-ons at closing. Extended warranties, tire protection, paint sealant, rust proofing, these are almost always high-margin add-ons with negligible value. They're presented at the end of a long negotiating session when you're tired and just want to be done. Know they're coming. Decline them politely and firmly. If you want an extended warranty, buy it third-party later for a fraction of the price. And this is the finance office move almost nobody sees coming, the marked-up interest rate. Dealer financing can be competitive. It can also carry a rate inflated by 1, 2, even 3 percentage points above what you'd qualify for elsewhere. And it's presented at the end of a long day when your resistance is lowest. Get a pre-approval from your bank or credit union before you go in. Use it as the baseline. Let the dealer beat it if they can, but never let them be the only option in the room. Who should use these tactics, and who should skip the whole thing? If you're buying a used Class B from a private seller, some of this applies, but the dynamics are different. Private sellers have one unit, no inventory pressure, and often strong emotional attachment to the price. Focus there on condition, maintenance records, and hidden costs, not negotiation theater. If you're buying from a small regional dealer with very limited Class B inventory, 1 or 2 units, your leverage is lower. These dealers don't have the floor plan pressure of a large lot and may genuinely have less room to move. Know this going in and calibrate your expectations. If you're buying in peak spring season, when dealerships are busiest, April through June, your leverage is at your lowest. If you can time your purchase for late summer or early fall, you will consistently get better outcomes. If you're a first-time RV buyer who has never negotiated a camper van or RV before, do one thing before you go in. Practice the silence. Literally practice sitting with discomfort. The single biggest negotiating mistake is nervous talking. The number that wins deals is the number followed by nothing. The verdict. Class B vans are not cheap. The Airstream, the Solis, the Pleasureway, these are serious financial commitments in the $100,000 to $200,000 range. The idea that you walk in, nod at the sticker, and drive out is not buying. It is the most expensive possible version of not doing your homework. The dealers are not villains. They are professionals managing a business, but their job is to maximize what you pay. Your job is to minimize it. Most buyers walk in unprepared and leave with a van they love and an extra $15,000 on their loan they didn't have to carry. That money compounds. At a 7% loan rate over 15 years, $15,000 in unnecessary purchase price doesn't cost you $15,000. It costs you closer to $24,000 in total payments. On $20,000 overpaid, that number crosses $32,000. You are not just overpaying for the van, you are financing your own mistake at interest for a decade and a half. You did the research on which van to buy. Do the same work on what to pay for it. The van is not the deal. The deal is the deal. Here's what to remember when you walk out of this video. Dealerships negotiate every single day. Their salespeople do this for a living. You will probably buy one Class B van in the next decade. That gap in experience is real, but it is closable. Preparation closes it. Not confidence, not aggression, not charm. Preparation. Know your number before you arrive. Know the market before you sit down. Know the 4 levers before they try to pull them on you. Buy the right van, but more importantly, buy it at the right price. I want to know, have you ever negotiated a campervan or RV price down significantly, or did you end up paying close to sticker? Tell me in the comments what happened and what you wish you'd known going in. Real numbers, real experiences. That's what actually helps people in this community.